What's good, YouTube? What's good, Supreme World? It's your boy Dre Supreme back with another video today. And today, this is the double header of the first video that we recorded today. On the other spectrum, we have the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the Golden State Warriors, Game 3 of the Western Conference semifinals. Now, today, coming into this game, we have the series tied 1-1. Going into Golden State, still no Steph Curry. Steph Curry is going to be reevaluated in 1 week upon approaching this game. So, you know what we do. We're going to react to it. We're going to inspect. We're going to dissect. And we're going to break it down because that's what we do on this channel. So without further ado, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys comment on the video and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And I appreciate it in advance. Let's get into this video.
Here's Edwards, really been looking to drive the ball here in the series. Struggled from three the last few games.
Julius Randle
on the pull-up is good.
Pull up Jay.
Randle has Butler
starting off early.
Clock at 8. Butler puts it on
Jimmy Butler with a nice little runner.
Check that Edwards' second field goal try. Minnesota 1 of 5, Golden State 1 of 4. Shot clock at 8. Edwards.
And Edwards, step back three.
And knocks down a three ball. Led the league in made threes during the regular season.
Oh, turnover.
Turnover. Butler
so careless.
And
Edwards after Julius Randle. The Mike Conley for three. That throw up three. Look at Draymond Green, the way he looked at after that three. That was such a lucky three. It was. Look at this.
Conley will fire and hit.
He was like, because that was a lucky three. He just chucked it up. But that's what Mike Conley does. Jimmy Butler.
It's good. His second pass. He's been that big of a difference maker for Golden State.
Jimmy Butler got to be aggressive this game.
Green underneath.
Jackson Davis. That's what I was talking about in the last video. I said that the Golden State Warriors, if you guys watched Game 2, my Game 2 video of this series, make sure you guys go pay attention to that. Make sure you guys go back and watch that video. I said in that video that Trayce Jackson Davis should be starting. He should be starting over Quentin Post because Quentin Post gave no production last game. And look what Steve Kerr did. He went out there and he changed the lineup and he tried out Trayce Jackson Davis because of the Game 2 that he had. He played like really good. I think he had like 15 points, like something like that. And he was really efficient that game, giving the bench a lot of production. And then he took over Quentin Post's minutes at that point. This is the reason why he's starting today for the Golden State Warriors. Not because I said, but it was like my suggestion. Look at that. And Edwards, man, he can do whatever he wants. He's so good. Good puff fake. Drives the lane. Rudy Gobert.
Necessarily his strength, but it does loosen up the defense.
And Edwards attacking the middle. So tough, man. So tough. It's like he plays better when he's away. Jonathan Kuminga and one. That's another brother that we was looking for. Jonathan Kuminga to get more minutes because that's another thing I said. I think that Jonathan Kuminga, you know, if he's in that starting lineup, he can give the production like we're seeing here. Jonathan Kuminga, I don't know why he's coming off the bench. I don't know what happened in Golden State. I don't know what happened between him and Steve Kerr, evidently. We need Jonathan Kuminga to have a big sighting. More minutes for him to have a bigger game. Because when he plays like 14 minutes, he's like stagnant. Like he's like discouraged. Like he's not going to be playing the way that he normally plays. And Jonathan Kuminga can ball, man.
Now Butler, one-on-one against DiVincenzo on the face-up. Spinning, got deep, and gets the roll.
Wonderful laying by Jimmy Butler. And talking to the ref about it too.
Driving lane cut off.
Jimmy Butler. Another one. Using his body. He got to be aggressive today. Without Steph Curry, he got to turn it on tonight if they want to win the game.
Randle on the cut, lays it home.
Julius Randle
in transition
with a nice lay. Look what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying. Magnificent block by Jonathan Kuminga. Great energy. Great block.
Julius Randle in transition. Conley.
Look at that. I thought the ball went out of bounds. That's why I paused it.
And now McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels just out of place. But that was wonderful defense by Jonathan Kuminga. Nas Reed for three.
He was 8 of 11 the other night.
7-point game, Minnesota.
Giving them a great lift here.
Julius Randle using his body.
Gorgeous move by Randle.
Like I always say, man, this team has a lot of length.
Turnover.
Kuminga, GP2. Great to run the break together. Jonathan Kuminga and GP2.
Swing it.
Julius Randle for three.
That's good, a three.
Bang.
I don't think a single player on the Warriors has taken a jump shot with confidence in this game. I mean, they're doing a great job in the paint, getting to the line.
Wow.
Jimmy Butler again.
Jimmy Butler playing real aggressive today. He knows he has to without Steph Curry.
McDaniels on him. Butler passed him into the lane.
The Draymond Green.
Puts it in. 6 straight. Golden
4-point game. Timeout.
3 of 11 and 1 of 6 from 3.
And Podziemski is doing an incredible job on the defensive glass right now, coming up with every
Wow.
ball that comes
Just
to
going
the
straight at Rudy Gobert. 4-time defensive player of the year. Jimmy Butler just going at him. Not scared of the 7-foot Rudy Gobert. As he should. This is what playoff Jimmy does. This is what Jimmy Butler does. He goes right at him. And one. They need it.
Butler and a foul. Game 4 Monday night. The Warriors 8-2 in playoffs.
We're already in the third quarter. Wow.
Tied 1-1.
Come on, Buddy Hield. You can't leave him open. Jaden McDaniels.
extra defenders into the
We talked about him all
way you
series
can get
long.
back out to McDaniels.
They go Buddy Hield.
For 3, and finally,
Good pass. Jimmy Butler on the assist. Post off, Julius Randle. What the nice cut by Ant.
with a slam.
Oh my goodness, Ant man. This is what he does to you. Like Buddy Hield has to pay attention, man. Because once he goes back door, like nobody in God's green earth is stopping Anthony Edwards at the rim. Like you might as well just pray to God at that point because you're gonna get dunked on.
Randle.
Wonderful feed by Julius Randle.
Beats Edwards for the slam.
Nobody's jumping with Anthony Edwards ever. Like nobody. Oh, great spin. Oh, that was disgusting.
Jimmy Butler, when they got Butler, they were the #1 defense in the NBA after the trade.
Back door again. Oh my goodness. Look at this, man. Truly special what we're seeing out of Anthony Edwards. Again.
Reverse layup is good.
It's so hard to cover this man when he gets around the rim.
Butler guarded by Reed. Shot clock at 4. Kuminga.
They go Kuminga. That's what we like to see out of Kuminga.
And 4 for his last 28 from 3. Here's
Buddy Hield for 3.
And Hield drills a triple.
I need to see that again because Jimmy Butler, he just yelled like to get in position. He yelled at him for Buddy Hield to look at him. I guess Buddy Hield was not paying attention.
4 for his last.
Nah, he definitely was.
8 from 3.
Oh yeah, he was yelling at Kevon Looney to cut to get out the way because look at Buddy Hield is wide open. This is automatic.
Here's Hield wide open, and Hield drills a triple.
Wonderful find by Jimmy Butler to realize where his Buddy Hield was out, man. Magnificent.
Nice spin.
Julius Randle, man, this is what he does, man. I don't know why New York gave up on him, but I do know why for great reasoning. Anthony Towns is such a great player, but you know, I feel like it's like the same type of production that Cat would give, that Julius Randle would give, in my opinion. Other than the size, I guess that's the reason why. But Julius Randle is special. That's why I'm like pretty much trying to say here. Julius Randle, he's a special player. He can play back to the basket. He can play face up. He could shoot the 3 ball. He could defend. He's a gritty player, man. Tough that the New York Knicks had to give him up, but wonderful for the Minnesota Timberwolves to acquire him for a player like Karl Anthony Towns and with Dante DiVincenzo made their team a lot better, in my opinion. And this is the reason why they're proceeding into the position that they're going to, being the Western Conference Finals, potentially. Yeah, really magnificent. Julius Randle.
By Randle on our 10th lead change here tonight in Game three. Shot clock at 8. Kaminga.
Yes, Kaminga.
Alexander
And
Walker falls down.
one!
Kaminga fell down.
Wow. Jonathan Kaminga was 17.
All the way.
What'd I tell
Kicks it
ya?
out.
What'd I tell ya? Jimmy
Gets it
Butler.
back. Corner three. It's
Woo!
there.
Look at step on the sideline. Yo, that play was back. Oh my God, that was a beauty. We gotta replay that real quick. We gotta see the whole sequence. Butler to the all the way out to Buddy Hield. Crazy pass, by the way. All Minnesota defense looking at the ball instead of paying attention. Rudy Gobert is not even paying attention. Anthony Edwards not paying attention. Looks like they're in a 2-3 zone in a way.
Kicks it out.
Yeah, it looks like they're in a zone or they're just out of place. Yeah, they're way out of place. Rudy Gobert pointing to Jimmy Butler, but Anthony Edwards not realizing that he's pointing to him, of course, because his back is towards him. Jimmy Butler spotted up in the corner for a three. This is his shot. This is the easiest part of the court to shoot the three at because it's closest to the basket.
Gets it back. Corner three. It's there.
Getting into the lane in a reaction.
Wonderful. That was a wonderful play by Golden State.
Now 2 opportunities.
Oh my goodness. Anthony Edwards.
Oh my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Oh my goodness. We got to replay that.
Wolves on the weak side. It's created now 2 opportunities.
Oh my goodness. Anthony Edwards. Jesus.
Scrapes the sky and flushes it.
Dunks it all over Kevon Looney. Like he wasn't even standing there.
Looney misses
wow. Wonderful rebound by Buddy Hield to Jonathan Kaminga for three. Oh my goodness. This is a game in the making. Oh, Buddy Hield crosses Dante DiVincenzo for three. Yes, that handle was so beautiful. Anthony Edwards for three. We got a game, fellas. We got a game, ladies and gentlemen. It's rocking. They got to be rocking right now. Oh my goodness. Look how tough that shot was. Anthony Edwards for three. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Draped all over him. In his face. Brandon Pajewski. It don't matter. Hand down, man down. And clearly, when the hand is up, it don't matter. 3-point game. Wow, look at this.
He'll try it again. Miss that time.
Rebound. Batted around to Naz Reid for three. Bang.
Butler gets past Reid. Good defense, Reid. Knocked it away, but the Warriors keep.
Jimmy Butler.
Here's Butler for three.
Bro,
Jimmy Butler.
it's a lot of. It's a lot of in the facial. Randall. Oh, Lord. Using that big body. Wow, look at Jimmy Butler with that stat line. Ah, Julius Randle. Man, I love when they play aggressive, man. This is playoff basketball. This is where it comes down to. 3-point game, 6 minutes left. Let's see what happens.
Draymond Green trying to return the favor, turns it over.
Anthony Edwards running the break. You saw that. You saw the burst of speed by Anthony Edwards. He just like turned it up a notch. Look at this. Look, turn it up the notch. Euro step.
Beautiful stop and lay in.
Anthony Edwards is truly a special player. He's box office, man. Like he doesn't shy away from the moment. You know, he knows where he's supposed to be, and he's here. He was the #1 pick for a reason, and he's showing us the reason why. Shout out to Ant-Man. Let's get it.
11 of 25 from the floor. Randall.
He got a whole chip on his shoulder. Steve Kerr said even if they had the #1 pick and they had the #2 pick, they still wouldn't have drafted him. And look at what he's doing, playing truly special for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniel again.
On the weak side.
No field goals in 6 minutes for Golden State. Tough shot.
Oh, Lord, look at this. Wonderful tip in by Buddy Hield. 4-point game with 2 minutes left. Jonathan Kaminga. Wonderful rebound. Kevon Looney. Back to Jonathan Kaminga. Wonderful defense on the break now. Randall. At the Rudy. And one. Great patience by Julius Randle to notice a trailing Rudy Gobert. They got their size. They're taking the lead. And it looks like the game is potentially going to be over unless Golden State sparks another run.
Wolves Timberwolves up 7. Golden State's offense.
7-point game with 2 minutes left. Buddy Hield. Yo, this is a wonderful play by Steve Kerr, and I want you guys to realize what he just did here. I think they came out of a timeout. They bought they bought Jonathan Kuminga up with the ball with his high energy. They did a down screen, Kevon Looney, big body, and they set the screen on Alexander Walker for a Buddy Hield to come around from a curl three. The way that he did, magnificent. Look at this, Steve Kerr. The way that he drew this up, perfect. Because they needed a 3. They're down 7. They need to hit a 3. They cut it down to 4.
Handful of possessions. He'll catch and shoot.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Seconds to go. Minnesota ball up 4. They double. Randall fights through it. Here's
but Ant-Man.
In and out on the third.
In and out. Look at it. Offensive rebounds. Another try. That's tough, man. That is really tough. You always got to relocate. You got to know where you're at if you're Golden State. It's tough, man, because you want to send all the bodies that you can for the defensive rebound, and Ant-Man relocates for another 3, and he knocks down the second one.
One's good.
Tough, man. So tough. 34 by Ant. Wow.
Of explosions in the postseason, but he took over this game in the second half offensively.
Oh, wow. Shooting the threes. At this point, it looks like the game is over, but for Jonathan Kuminga to stay within it, beauty, man. I wonder how much he finished with.
And the Minnesota Timberwolves.
We're going to find out now. We will find out right now.
Curry in game 1.
Wow.
The Wolves go up 2-1. They'll look to take a 3-1 lead on Monday night.
Okay, the Minnesota Timberwolves finish the game 102-97, beating the Golden State Warriors. Game 3, they take the series 2-1, coming back into Golden State for game 4 on Tuesday night. I don't know what time it will be at, but let's get into the statistics so we can finish this video off. So the Minnesota Timberwolves shooting the ball 36 for 82 from the field, shooting 43% from the field, as Golden State shoots 35 for 81 from the field, shooting 43%. So they shot the same shooting percentage. Minnesota taking one more shot and making one more shot than Golden State. Minnesota shot the ball well from the three-pointer, shooting 13 for 34 from the field from 3, 38%, and Golden State shooting 10 for 23 from 3, 43%, shooting it better at the clip, shooting a better clip than the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Golden State Warriors did not, they really didn't shoot the ball and terribly bad, compared to, what they're usually accustomed to. Losing the game in game 3, very tough loss in game 3 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Crazy game 2, in which they lost the game 2. They didn't have enough people shooting the ball. You can really tell that Steve Kerr emphasized shooting as well as defense, but shooting, they need more production. They need more shot selection coming from all areas of the court. This is the reason why we saw Jonathan Kuminga shooting the ball more from 3. This is the reason why he had a lot more touches and minutes upon this game, because they needed all areas of the business without Stephen Curry. Moving on to the free throws, both teams shot 81% from the free throw line, shooting 17 for 21 from the free throw line. The Minnesota Timberwolves rebounding the ball 44. The differential is 44, and the Golden State Warriors 36 rebounds total. Minnesota Timberwolves, they turned over the ball more, turning over the ball 21 times to Golden State 15 times. And the points conceded off of turnovers, they gave up 13 points, although that they gave up 21 turnovers. The Golden State Warriors only gave 13 points to the to the Minnesota Timberwolves off of turnovers. The Golden State Warriors turned over the ball 15 times, and the Minnesota Timberwolves, who is a great team at running the break, they pretty much took 16 points off of Golden State, off of turnovers. The largest lead of the night for the Minnesota Timberwolves was 10, and the largest lead of the night for Golden State was 7. So it was an overall good game. It came to the end of the game where Minnesota obviously took the game over. Anthony Edwards intensifying his energy just to give his team the go-ahead and win the game. Now let's get over to the box score. We see it. We already see it. Starting with the Minnesota Timberwolves, Julius Randle with another great game, scoring 24 points, 12 assists, 10 rebounds, a triple-double for Julius Randle with 3 steals as well, too. He played 40 minutes. He shot the ball for 10 for 23 from the field with 1 for 6 from 3, making 3 free throws, all his free throws. He went 3 for 3 from the free throw line. Magnificent game by Julius Randle. Jaden McDaniels, another great game by him, making 15 points. Another good game by Jaden McDaniels, 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, and making 4 for 4 from the free throw line. For Jaden McDaniels to have a game the way that he did, magnificent. And he's been playing like this all playoffs long, all series long. When he played against the Los Angeles Lakers, he guarded Luka Doncic. He guarded LeBron James. He guarded the best player on the floor. And he's still doing that in the Golden State series, guarding Jimmy Butler. For him to finish with 15 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks, 4 for 7 from the field, 3 for 4 from the three-pointer, and making 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Magnificent game by Jaden McDaniels. Rudy Gobert, 9 points, 13 rebounds, 4 blocks, 2 for 4 from the field, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Mike Conley, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. He shot 3 for 9 from the field, 1 for 4 from the three-pointer. And then Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards, truly special. He finished with a scorching 36 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 block, shooting 13 for 28 from the field, 5 for 14 from 3, 5 for 8 from the free throw line. Anthony Edwards has been shooting a lot of threes because he has to match the energy of the Golden State Warriors. And as of lately, coming into this year, he's been shooting the three-pointer at a clip that is insane. So shout out to Anthony Edwards for also being aggressive. When his shot is not falling, he knows how to get to the rim. He's the most dangerous player around the rim. Hence why we got a highlight. We got a beautiful highlight of him dunking all over Kevon Looney. Shout out to Anthony Edwards giving us the highlights that we are accustomed to seeing now. Naz Reid finishing the game with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 for 4 from the field, and he did not miss a three-pointer. 3 for 3 from 3 with 25 minutes off the bench. Dante DiVincenzo, he only had 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. But the intangibles that we did not see in the box score, we saw it in the highlights where Dante DiVincenzo, he played an amazing defensive game, and he always plays great defense. When he was with Golden State, he was the defender. When he was in New York, he was the defender as well as shooting threes. The New York Knicks usually put him on the best player to guard. So shout out to Dante DiVincenzo for giving the same type of energy for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I got to get his name down. Nickeil, I believe it is. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Giving 18 minutes. Although that he did not score, he had 2 rebounds, 4 assists. He shot 0 for 4 from the field and 0 for 1 from 3. Magnificent game by the Minnesota Timberwolves. Let's move over to the Golden State Warriors. Draymond Green not really having a great offensive game. He also fouled out as well too, playing very aggressive. The Minnesota Timberwolves got into the head of Draymond Green just to get him out of the game. Primarily, that was like a big focus probably for the Minnesota Timberwolves, Chris Finch's Minnesota Timberwolves, to get Draymond like out the game entirely. Other than him fouling out, he had nothing to do with the offense. And You know, he was a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end where he fouled out. So Draymond Green finishing with 2 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, shooting 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. Trace Jackson Davis, who started today, he only played 11 minutes. I guess Steve Kerr didn't finish out with him. He had 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 block, 3 for 4 from the field, 1 for 2 for the free throw line. Jimmy Butler with a huge, magnificent game. Obviously couldn't finish it out because the Minnesota Timberwolves was just too good. But Jimmy Butler finished with 33 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, shooting the ball at 20 for 26 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, and 7 for 9 from the free throw line. Buddy Hield, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, 5 for 11 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. And finally, Brandon Podziemski, not having the best shooting night at all. He shot 1 for 10 from the field, only with 5 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He shot 1 for 4 from 3. His only shot made, other than his free throws, where he made a pair. And yeah, again, Brandon Podziemski not having a good game at all. Everybody's entitled to having a bad game, and this was the bad game. And they really need him. They need his production. He played 39 minutes. He played the second most minutes on the team, and he really did not do anything tonight. So yeah, with the injured Steph Curry, they need him to be efficient. They need him to be aggressive, and they need him to be all areas of the business. He had 8 rebounds, which is magnificent for him. He's a tall guard, so he should be getting those rebounds as well, but they need him to score the ball as well too. Jonathan Kuminga, we are proud of you, my brother, because when you weren't playing, we were asking for you to play. When you weren't playing, we were like, yo, where's Jonathan Kuminga at? Like, when is Steve Kerr going to play him? Jonathan Kuminga, he showed up tonight. He had 36 minutes played. He scored 30 off the bench, 6 rebounds, 3 assists with 2 blocks. He was very efficient, shooting the ball 11 for 18 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Magnificent game. Obviously not enough to beat the Minnesota Timberwolves, but he played his part. No doubt about that. Kevon Looney playing 18 minutes off the bench. He finished with 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and he also fouled out, as well as Draymond Green, shooting the ball 1 for 4 from the field, and he also made a pair of free throws. Gary Payton Jr., he had a fast break bucket, in which I remember he had 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 steal, shooting 1 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3, playing 26 minutes of this game. So yeah, that brings us to the final part of the video. If you guys made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you guys in advance. I love you guys. Make sure you guys leave a like. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It is still Mother's Day, as I'm saying. Let me get out to my mother. Let me get out to all my peoples. So again, I appreciate you guys for if you guys tune in this long, and I see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Peace.